Entrepreneurship demands the highest level of self-discipline, financial discipline, time management, grit, mental toughness, and, of course, self-awareness. Welcome to the most sought-after business and entrepreneurship show in West Kenya. We are known by our levels of availability in terms of building of brands and also enabling brands to scale in West Kenya. This is the Seed Pod. My name is Brian Oruko and I'm the host and also the CEO of Dells Kenya. In West Kenya, we have got very many catering businesses, as it is known. And today, I am very, very much glad to host one of the founders for the most sought after catering service providers in West Kenya. She is not only known by her Vivian name, but she has mutated the name into a brand in West Kenya that offers catering services for both parties and also funerals around West Kenya and beyond. Today is a very interesting set because we are speaking to a lady and preferably to me, a lioness, because she has proved to be able and tough enough to fit in a space that was barely known as just hotel service provision. And she has branded herself in a way that is so corporate, and we would like to learn from her what are her strengths, what are her weaknesses, and of course, she works out a lot. So maybe she's gonna tell us why does she work out that much and what weight is she looking to lose now that she's in the food industry. I present to you none other than Vivian Sarah, the CEO and founder of Vivianas Catering.
It's been so long, but yeah, finally I'm here.
Finally you're here. How do you feel?
A bit nervous, but I hope this will go well.
Okay.
Yeah.
You feel nervous? Is it because you've never gotten a platform to talk about what you do and how you do it?
I actually have. It's just that I'm camera shy, so I'm camera shy.
So we take you pole pole.
Yes.
We will take you pole pole. You are a very good friend of mine, and you have been able to scale the business that you are doing into a real brand for West Kenya.
Yes.
I would really love you to tell the people who will be watching this or who are watching this who Vivian is.
Okay. First off, Vivian is a mother. Apart from being in business, I'm a mother to a very wonderful girl. She'll be turning 10 next week. So yeah, I've been a mom for a decade. Apart from being a mom, professionally, a procurement officer.
Okay.
How I got to catering business is because there were no white collar jobs. So I was like, what next? What do I love to do? I love cooking.
Yeah.
And I love planning for events.
Yeah.
So I went for a short training. I have my mentor. She's called Pamela Odor of Let's Cook Kenya Meals.
Okay.
Yeah, she's my mentor. She took me through a short course of how the catering business operates.
Okay.
So that is way back in 2017. So Vivianas was born in 2017.
Okay.
Yeah. So after the short course, Vivianas was born purely for catering. But as time went by, many clients wanted a one-stop shop for everything, like tents, chairs, decor, photography. So I morphed into an event planner. So most clients come, do you have everything? You can't say, no, you don't have everything. But you will plan the event for them. So that is basically what I do. I do catering and I plan for events.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Brilliant. I am tempted to ask, you said your daughter is turning 10 next week.
Yes.
And I see from your social media that you have been able to help her with her talent. Tell us more about that.
She's a brilliant chess player. By the way, if you ask me, I don't know anything about chess. I don't even know which piece moves first.
Yes.
She has tried to teach me, but so she had an interest when she joined grade 1. Yeah, and with time, I saw she really wanted to pursue this talent of hers. So as a parent, I strategize, I support and buy snacks.
What level does she play?
She's an international player.
Oh, international player.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she's under Victoria Chess Club.
Okay.
They're based in Kisumu. So last year they went to Egypt.
Okay.
This year they were supposed to go to South Africa, but some hitches here and there. We are looking forward to going to Italy and to the USA next year.
So your daughter, who is very much talented in chess, is now also enabling you to travel the world.
Yes. Yes.
Interesting.
Thank you.
And how does that make you feel about yourself?
It makes me work more harder because these trips are not exactly cheap, you know?
Yeah.
And you can't tell her that now, Mama, you can't go because I can't afford. So that makes me push myself to work hard to be able to provide for her. To just nurture that talent, because who knows, these days white collar jobs are not everything.
Yes.
Yeah, maybe through the chess, that is where her calling is.
So now that you talk about white collar jobs, you have a background in procurement.
Yes.
From which institution?
Kenya Institute of Management.
Okay.
Yes.
And after you had graduated with this, then you tarmacked, you just ventured into your business?
I tarmacked.
For how long?
Say 3 years.
For 3 years, huh?
Yeah. So I did not exactly work as a procurement officer. I delved into sales for some time. I worked at Star Times Kenya, sales, and then I was a front office, receptionist and all. Yeah.
Okay. Any skills that you picked from this that you've applied to your business?
I went to business school, and you know, as an events person, you need to have at least a business background. So most of the things like economics, I apply in my business, accounting, financial accounting, you know, customer relations.
Yes.
So yeah, at the end of the day, I sit down and say, I did not pursue my procurement, but at least what I learned in business school is helping me manage my business. Yes.
Brilliant. So at first, how did it come to you that you could be part of this service of catering?
I love cooking. Cooking is my passion. Cooking is my drug.
You enjoy cooking?
I enjoy cooking so much.
What's your favorite meal?
Nyoyo.
Nyoyo.
My baby calls me Mama Githeri. I can eat Githeri 7 days, 24 hours, you know.
Yes.
So, but I love cooking. So I was looking at a business that I will be able to do with that passion, you know. Yeah, so apart from just know how to cook, you need to know how to just manage your staff, manage clients, and all of that. So knowing how to cook was just not enough. Yeah, so that is why I went for the short course.
Having that passion was not everything for you.
Yeah.
What more? You needed to actually learn some few other things to bring on board when you started your business.
Yes, you need to know how to cost. You need to know what amount of food will serve this number of people. You know, you need to know how to relate to clients. Not all clients are easy. Yeah.
But that one you did not learn fully. I mean, probably you learned as
on the job.
On the job.
You learn on the job, and we learn every day.
Okay. You said you got a mentor.
Yes.
Who mentored you?
Yeah.
Did that make you feel like now you could do it by yourself?
That gave me the courage to step into the world and just give it my all.
Okay.
Yeah, because, you know, most people, they don't get mentors, you know. But I got someone who had been in the field for quite some time. So she told me the ropes here and there, what to do. You must have a contract, whatnot. So that gave me the courage to just go into the business world.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you started Vivianas Catering.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the brand we are talking about, Vivianas Catering, based in Kisumu, and well known for their catering hands. Like you can hear the founder saying that she loves cooking. So best you believe me that this is where to find the best meals. You started with what when you started this business? Did you start with a sufuria only or what?
Zero capital.
Zero capital.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Zero capital. But I had a few chefing dishes and a few plates
Yes.
that an aunt of mine gifted me and told me, go into the world,
Uh-huh.
try and do this.
Wow.
Yeah, an aunt of mine, Professor Betty Adera, yeah, she gifted me the chefing dishes and the plates, and a few sufurias, and told me, you know what,
Go and
you
try
gotta
it.
do what you gotta do. That is how she talks. You gotta do what you gotta do. And I told her, Auntie, yes, I will do it and I'll make you proud.
Wow. So
Yeah.
you had some strong background support.
I can confidently say I have a very solid support system in my life. Without my support system, I don't know where I will be right now. Yeah, I have a very solid support system.
Okay.
Yes.
And that is how now you started Viviana's Catering.
Yes.
Tell me about your first client.
My first gig was a birthday party. It was a birthday party
Yes.
in Embakasi, Nairobi.
Yes.
Yes. My first client was accommodative. She understood that I was a startup and it was easy to work with her. Yeah, so from there, that gave me the courage to, you know what, you can do this.
They
Don't
didn't give
give
you
up.
much pressure that
No.
and expectations that
No.
why did you execute this and you promised us this and
Actually, I cooked on site. So she just told me, this is the kitchen, these are the ingredients, you do you. And for sure I did me. And she was
You were
she
there
was
alone,
happy.
or
No,
you were
I
with a
had
team?
a helper. I did not start off with a team.
yes.
When I was starting off, I would cook and I would have someone just to do the preparations for me, you know. So I would just have one person, that's a casual, that I would pay on the job. Yeah. Yeah, so that is how I started out.
So it was a birthday party, you guys executed. Then how did you now brand yourself? Did you start with this name or this is a name that came later on?
This is a name that came later on. Yeah, this is a
When
name
you
that came
started, you
later.
started as yourself,
Yeah.
probably, and building the name. Then now you branded it.
Yes.
How effective is social media to business brands?
Social media is my office. Basically, social media is my office, especially Facebook. I'm not on TikTok. I don't know how big TikTok is. I'm yet to try it. But Facebook and Instagram have been my strength, my office, you know. Then 2 years, is it 2 years ago? I launched my website. From there too, I get clients from all over.
Okay.
From the diaspora. I get clients mainly through my website. Yeah.
So the main client acquisition platform for you is Facebook, your website, or Instagram? Which one?
Facebook mostly.
Facebook mostly.
Facebook mostly, and then my website number 2, then Instagram.
Okay.
And then apart from the social media platforms, referrals, and you know, someone puts in a good word for you, and then repeat clients also.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
What's the name of your website?
Vivianas Catering.co.ke.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wonderful. I'm very much pleased to hear your story because it's not an easy job, this one, because you get to interact closely with families, even if it is not funerals, but you know, you get to feed them.
Yes.
And food is very sensitive.
Yes.
You know, people get so choosy on what they eat now that even people are watching out for their health. How do you get to convince them that this is the ultimate stop when it comes to catering services?
It is not easy, It is not easy to convince a client, but you just try. Before you go to a meeting, you just say a silent prayer and just tell God, just lead the way. It is not easy, but mainly I think what helps me is the pics of previous events. So a client will come tell you, unataka kama hii, and then mwambie mami usijali nitakufanyia hata kushinda hii.
Okay.
Yes. So the documenting of my gigs, it's not only just to advertise myself, it is also just to give client confidence that this is what we deliver. Yes, it acts as a reference point. Apart from being an advertisement platform, it's a reference point for new clients. With repeat clients, it's easier. They know what you've done, they know what you can deliver.
Exactly.
Yes.
About Kisumu and Viviana's catering, how far have you gone to provide a catering service?
In Kisumu or the Western Circuit?
Western Circuit.
I have gone up to Migori. This side, I have gone up to Busia. I have gone to Kitale. I have gone to Senge. So, by the way, all these roads, Western Kenya road, I know them. Like a client tells me, I want you to come to Obambo. Yes. I know Obambo. Siaya, you know Boro? Yes, I have gone. I have gone to Rwambwa. So I can say I have traveled a lot because of Vivianas.
Most memorable gig that you've done, the one that you remember so well and really touched you in terms of your service provision? I know there are so many. But just one or two that you can share a story about.
There was this retired army general. He was having guests at his home. And that family is still close to my heart. By the way, they call me their small sister. Their mom calls me just to check up on me. So they were having a party for the dad. He had been sick for some time. So they were hosting guests at their home in Alego. So, and I was still starting. Those army generals treated me with utmost respect, and they were very appreciative. And that family was really appreciative and accommodative. By the way, I go to that home, I am told, si unajua mali jikoni hivo, iko. The girls will be like, this is our small sister. They will not tell them this is the caterer. No, this is our small sister and she's the one in charge of the catering. So that really stuck with me. Because the client, let me tell you how we met with the client.
Yes,
I did not have an office by then. I was living in a small room. That was way back in 2018-2019. So she requested for a caterer online. And then people were like, Vivian, my friends. Then she requested to meet me. I told her, I am sorry, I don't have an office. Where are you based? I told her, Good Car, Phase 1. She told me, I'm coming at lunchtime. Then I gave directions. I'm going to pick someone. I see a big Chevrolet. Then she tells me, hop in, let's go to your place. And I am hopping, and the car is air conditioned. I'm like, oh my God, will I get this gig? Because we are going to my house.
Yes.
I don't have an office.
Yes.
The client came and sat on my seat. And she asked me what I can deliver. And she told me what she wanted. And she told me, I won't lie to you, there are other big fish in the market. I'm looking at their quotations, but be sure I'll give you feedback, whether it's positive or negative. And she just told me, I like your courage, keep doing what you're doing. The next day I got the job. And trust me, since then, up to date, all events in that home, I'm the one who does.
Wow.
Yes.
Interesting.
So, and that was that event. The one I'm telling you, the one I was catering for, the Army Generals. Up to date, all the events in that home, I am the one who does.
Interesting.
So that stuck with me. Like, this was a senior official in the county government.
Yes.
And she came and sat in my humble house. And she took a risk to give me a gig.
Yes.
That stuck with me.
She must have seen something that even you yourself, you are not seeing
Yes.
as Vivian.
Yes.
And that particular thing is what we are also seeing about you, that you are aggressive enough and you are capable enough to be, if at all you're already not the big name in catering, then you should be able to take that positive feedback.
Yes. What I can say, I'm not yet that big. Okay, I don't know how big I am out there, but when Vivian goes to work, it is just Vivianas. I'm like, I have to put this brand somewhere, you know? So even my staff know. They see me change my face and you see just people running around because work must be done and it has to be done right.
Yes.
And I'm a very hands-on person, you know?
Yes.
So they know if they delay, I will get in and do it. If they're not cooking the way I do, I get to this kitchen. I cook alone. Yes. So they know work must be done, and this is a brand, and keeping a brand is not easy. You know? So work has to be done. You have to be resilient. Don't give up. Don't give up. Keep doing it. Keep doing it.
What has been the, we have got the highs and memories of the best jobs that we have executed, but we also have the lows and memories of the not so good jobs that we have executed, and it is good when people can learn from the two. What has been the lowest job or engagement that you've had with a client in this setup?
The lowest, I told you I'm an events planner.
Yes.
So on this day, I had contracted someone to get me tents. It was a big event.
Yes.
So I contracted someone to get me tents and chairs, you know. But it was not to the client's liking or expectation.
Yes.
Where? Yani that day, even the staff wanted to just leave the site and go home and leave the work halfway done. I was like, no. We have to finish because, you know, I'm receiving banters for a mistake that is not mine, you know?
Yes.
But you can't say it because you provided the service as Vivianas. So you're being called a con, you're being called a sham in front of your staff. Someone even wanted to slap me and one of my staff, but I have very protective boys in my team.
Yes.
So they came in and told them, no, you won't handle our boss like that.
Yes.
Yeah. So by then in my catering business, that was the lowest.
Yes.
But you know, we live to learn.
Yes.
We learn every day.
Yes.
So that next time you don't do the same mistake.
Yes.
Yes.
I am very much touched with what you have just shared. And one of the biggest lessons that entrepreneurs need to learn is that being the face of the brand and being the founder of the brand comes with its own challenges.
Yes.
One of the basic challenges that we tend to hide away as entrepreneurs is that we take all the blows.
Yes.
And also we get to eat last. Once everybody is satisfied and the business is satisfied, the staff are satisfied, that's when you think of yourself, am I satisfied?
Yeah.
So learning it from you that you could take all these banters and name calling and just absorb them and stay your cool and execute the job at the end of the day without having a clash with the client is a plus, and it's a quality that you can encourage entrepreneurs to have.
One thing I can say,
yes,
naturally, in Luo we say lelo, alelo properly, you know? But Vivianas has humbled me tenfold. Like, I look at myself, Vivianas were 2017 is not the same person right now.
Yes.
Because, you know, at the end of the day,
yes,
client is always right. So you absorb, you know, you just take it all in.
Yes.
You learn from your mistakes.
Yes.
And then next time you make sure this does not happen again. So this brand has humbled me so much. It has humbled me so much. There were things like I would not let go. There were battles I would not let go. But these days I say, you know what? And I walk away. Si lazima,
Yes.
Because at the end of the day, I'm not looking at myself as Vivian. I'm looking at myself as a brand. And as much as they say any publicity is good publicity, there are some that you don't come back from. So there's some things I just say, no, let me just walk away from this because I have a name to keep. Yeah.
Interesting, Vivian. Kisumu, they say running a business in Kisumu is not very easy because the cliche around it is that you don't get much support. The cliche around it is that there's no exchange of money and people cannot afford premium services from premium brands like Vivianas Catering. How do you get to convince your clients that if this is the number of guests that you're going to have, this is the budget that I can work with? How do you get to convince them?
It is not easy.
Look at the photos, like you say, you document a lot, and I get to follow the work that you guys do. They will look at the photos and they'll say, okay, Vivian, I would like it to look like this. Then you will quote for them. Then they will look at you like, ama hii ng'ombe moja ameongeza hapa anataka kutuibia. So how do you get to convince them?
Maybe we get that a lot. So sometimes we tend to come to an agreement. If a client feels my quote is a bit on the higher side, I just tell them, especially for these events like funerals, you can buy the stuff on your own. Let me charge for the labor and the transportation, the tents, chairs, decor, and all of that. And let me tell you, at the end of the day, the client will come back and give you feedback. Your pricing was a bit cheaper. Because why? I know where to go and shop at wholesale price.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah, ataenda, atapewa na retail price. Because I have suppliers everywhere. I have suppliers for chicken, I have suppliers at the supermarket,
Yes.
Like, I don't even have to go to the market because I have these suppliers' numbers and they will give me stuff at wholesale price. Yes. So that, you just try and reason with the client. Some that understand will let you shop. Those that don't, they will go and shop and bring you feedback. Wenyewe ulituambia ukweli.
Yes.
You get. So yeah, it's not easy. By the way, from the point of writing quotation to the time that now send me your account details, it is always back and forth. Sometimes you even tired. You're like, do I take this job or I leave it? But you say, you know what? If I leave it, what am I going to survive on?
Yes.
I have people also looking up at me. Like these employees, they have families.
Yes.
So you just come to a consensus with the client. And it is not easy. It is not easy, but we do it either way. So
you get to convince them because I've been in meetings and you know very well, sometimes I get to call you. I give you a lot of referrals here and there.
Yes.
And they say, are you sure hii mbuzi yetu haitapotea? Is it because the catering business has been termed as a quick fix to the people who cook? Because some in some meetings they say, tukitoka hapa na tukimpatia kuku mbili atachinja moja na ende na moja, atabaki na food mingi. That kind of reasoning and mentality around it. Is it because this business is that sensitive?
It is because our predecessors, those who started catering, our predecessors, that is what they used to do. I have even been to events where I'm just like a guest. And then you're told, kuku, this amount ilichinjwa, ama ng'ombe, this amount ilichinjwa. But if you look at this food, it does not amount to that, you know. So our predecessors, mostly in the rural areas, they used to do that a lot. So we are trying to change the narrative. We are trying to change the narrative and tell clients, you know what, we are professionals. So what we normally do in my company, any food that remains, any shopping that remains, we hand over to the client. Yeah, just to build that trust. There was an event we went to, and then my guys were now returning whatever leftovers had remained.
Yes.
And then the mama of the home was like, you're returning food, you're returning stuff.
Yes.
I've never seen Jokata machal kamai, you know. So yeah, we are trying to change the narrative a day at a time. And we hope that this notion that people have of Jokata, we will kill it with time. Yes. You see, I have been to events with fellow caterers, you know. They see something is off, they will come and tell me, clients wanasema hivi, able try and correct if it is true, you know. And vice versa. We try to look out for each other because this narrative of Jokata and bad people and they steal food and whatnot, it is not good. It really taints our name. And we are trying to change that narrative. I have even fellow caterers who tell me, Viv, nilisikia watu wanasema kwa kampuni yako mnachukua food. And then I'm like, no, that is not it, you know. We try and look out for each other, and we try and change this narrative of Jokata ni wezi, Jokata are thieves, you know. Yeah, it's not easy. What I can say, bottom line is, our predecessors, they did as bad. You know. So, you know, we are trying to come and change the narrative. Pole pole.
Interesting.
Yeah.
COVID came. Boom. And it showed us a new way of how to live. And even how to do business. Tell me about your period in COVID.
It was hard. COVID hit, and it hit hard. Because, you know, we survive on outside catering. So no gatherings, no taking food in gatherings. You just go take a snack and all of that. My experience, I survived on selling snacks. I used to wake up, cook chapati, mandazi, kebab. I advertise a day prior and take orders. So that was my routine, my daily routine. I wake up, prepare snacks, dispatch. And then apart from doing catering, you know, I used to do cab. So that time, taxi business is also down. There's nothing to supplement. So it was really hard. But I had my regular clients who would call me during the day. I
drop
them. I pick them. But it was not enough. It was not enough. By the way, during COVID, if you did not lose it during COVID as a business person, you're strong. Because it got to a point. Now my landlord was even tired of me. He was gonna shut the door for me. And then I told him, just give me like 2 weeks. I will pay. Out of nowhere, God, I always say ni God. I got a gig. Despite COVID being there, I got a gig.
Wow.
And I was able to foot my pending rent.
Your bills and everything.
And then plus this drop-offs, pale, hapa pale, pickups. That is how I juggled, by the way.
Did this period of COVID make you feel like, after all, this catering business may just not be it?
No. I was very hopeful that things were going to look up. I was very hopeful. And that is why I was still on my food hustle. Because I would cook, post on my page, my Vivianas page, and share on my personal page, because I was like, you know, if I give up right now, by the time things are looking up, people will even have forgotten your brand.
Okay.
Yeah, so that is why I was just consistent.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Do you believe in starting big or starting small?
Starting small, because I started small. Chaka chaka.
So if somebody said, I want to start a catering service business, a replica of yours, it looks very nice, but I'm waiting to acquire big sufurias, big nice spoons, a truck. Would you buy the idea?
I would not, because as I told you, I started with zero capital.
Yes.
And most of my utensils and most of my stuff that I have right now, you buy on the job. You get a profit after paying your staff, after kujilipa.
You keep on improving.
The kidogo profit you get, you buy something. Even if it is a set of spoons, even if it is a dozen of plates,
Yes.
you know.
Yes.
Just gradually. Yeah.
So business is gradually. That's what we are learning from Vivian Sarah, the proprietor and founder of Vivianas Catering. Viviana's Catering is based in Kisumu, and you can give them a call. You can reach them out on social media. Their social media presence is very high and very healthy. So you can reach out to them. You can get to ask them for a quote for your funerals, for your birthdays, for your event parties, and they will be able to assist you plan your event too. The last minute. Vivian, you are into events planning.
Yes.
Any memorable event that you have planned from scratch to the end of it?
I was doing 18. Initially, it was 1,500 packs.
Yes.
For a matriarch in Kitale.
Yes.
So they needed an A-frame tent.
Yes.
They needed like me to be the one-stop shop for everything.
Mm-hmm. When you say everything, what exactly do you mean?
Tent. They needed an A-frame tent. They needed the seats. They needed the catering. The public address. And you know that is no small public address. It's a big one.
Yes.
The mobile toilets, executive toilets.
Wow.
And they trusted me to do that. You know what? On the day of the event, served almost 3K people, but we hacked. We hacked it. So that is one of my highest. I look forward to you lifting an award very soon, because you look ready and brilliant for the future. Thank you.
We have been able to learn a lot from you in terms of building business brilliance, but at the end of the day, it is never a rosy journey like you portray it. It has got its own ups and downs. Sometimes you're very nervous. Sometimes you don't even believe it's gonna work. But you, at the end of the day, you find yourself executing this. Tell me about your strengths in terms of mental health, and when the business is not doing fine, now you have to pick up yourself psychologically. How do you talk to yourself and tell yourself that it's gonna work at the end of the day?
You know, apart from being a brand and running this business, there is Vivian. And if Vivian is not in a good mental state, then everything just crumbles.
Yes.
So some time back, I was not in a good mental space. And a close friend of mine suggested therapy.
Yes.
And therapy did wonders.
Okay.
I went for therapy, and after the sessions, my therapist suggested workouts and to just do what will uplift my spirits. So from the therapy sessions, I now enrolled myself in a gym.
Yes.
That was the best thing I've ever done.
You
know, people look at me and they're like, why do you go to the gym? What weight do you want to lose? I'm like, I'm just keeping fit. But at the back of my mind, I know working out helps keep my mental health in check. A great deal. And by there, over time, it becomes addictive. If I miss even a week of not going to the gym, I feel sick.
Yes.
And if I have now, what I do, I have to program my workouts
Yes.
around my schedule. If I know I'm going to have a busy week or a busy day, I just find ways to work out. Like I will do an early morning, or I will go late.
In the
Let's say,
evening.
let's say 7 to 9, because our gym closes at 9. Yeah, because let me tell you something. If your mental health is not in check, you can't do shit.
You want to give a shout out to your gym
Yes,
guys?
Yes, Lifestyle Spa and Fitness Center Kisumu. My trainers, Brian, Found, and Alpha Fitness.
Wow.
Yeah.
Keep up, keep doing the good work you guys are doing out there, and keep helping Vivian to stabilize her mental space and mental health. Mental health is very sensitive to business owners, right?
Yeah.
If your mental status is not good, then it can be seen even in how you operate your business.
Yes.
So I am very, very much glad that you are able to incorporate working out as a pillar and as an oiler to your bearing, as Vivian, as an individual.
Yes.
Which is your busiest day of the week? Out of all these, out of the 7 days?
Out of the 7 days during peak seasons, say from Wednesday
to Sunday.
If
If I was to look for you from Wednesday to Sunday, I can't find you.
Man. During peak seasons. But you know,
Yes.
our business, we have the high seasons and the low seasons. So yeah, during the high seasons, like say in December, we are quite busy. Like we could have like 2 or 3 gigs in a day.
Wow.
You move from this gig, you go to the next
Yes,
gig.
yes.
Sometimes we even go home after a week. And I want to thank my staff. They never complain. They're like, work must be done. Because sometimes
Yes.
I even sit back and I'm like, guys, are you not tired? Do I rotate?
Yes.
And I'm like, no, madam, January is coming. There won't be cash. Let us work. And trust me, I have an awesome team. They put in the work and they give it their all. So I'm really thankful to my team also. Yeah.
It is very rare sometimes to find business owners who say thank you to their team. You are one of the unique business owners who is quick to say thank you to the team that they work with, and to say and to also appreciate them. At the end of the day, when you guys are now done with service provision, be it in a particular area, and now you're coming back home, how do you feel when now you see your family? Eventually, sasa umerudi, it's been a week, it's peak season, it's December. How do you feel when you see now your family, or you see your daughter, and now you get to breathe and also ask them how they are doing?
It feels so good. It feels so good because, you know, my baby has her own gadget. So she will keep texting, Mommy, I miss you. When are you coming back?
Yes.
I tell her. So the day I get home, she will not sleep. And that hug, those tiny hands around my neck, they give me the strength. You know what? I'm doing it right.
Okay.
And that just gives me the strength to not give up and to keep on being consistent. Yeah.
If I wanted to be Vivian, have a look at the camera. If I wanted to be Vivian today, and where Vivian is as Vivian, not as Vivianas, what is the one word or feedback that you would give me if I wanted to be Vivian?
I will not give you a word, but I will give you a sentence. Consistency is key. Consistency is key, and be humble as you can. You will go places. Because those two have been my roadmap to where I am today.
Okay.
I stay as humble as I can and consistent in what I do.
That has been Vivian from Vivianas Catering. You want to tell them how they can reach you?
Yeah, on our socials, you can get me on Facebook, Vivianas Catering. On Instagram, the same Vivianas Catering. My website is vivianascatering.co.ke.
Fantastic. This is the Seed Pod. The Seed Pod where we build business brilliance. Entrepreneurs are encouraged to take a deep breath and try all over again. If you are at the spot whereby you feel that this could be the end of it, just take a deep breath and try all over again. In the words of Vivian, consistency is key. So you need to be as consistent as possible. Rinse, repeat, rinse, wash, repeat, and keep it going in that manner until you get to realize your dream come true. It's not an easy task, but at the end of the day, it can also be very, very easy if you apply humility, like she says, and you encourage yourself with each and every rising sun. My name is Brian Oruko, and we are at Alpha Next Podcast Studio. Today we were talking to the biggest catering brand in West Kenya so far, and top of the best reservations are made here when you need catering services for your events, for your birthdays, for your funerals in Dala and beyond. So we look forward to seeing you again, Vivian.
Thank you so much for having me.
Time allows us, and when we get a chance to speak again, I really, really do appreciate you coming by. Thank you. And till next time, this is the Seed Pod.